Hello everyone. Today I wanted to talk about the reason I want to become an engineer, and the main reason for it was when I was a kid, roughly 6 years old, and my father had just brought a Nokia phone home. This introduced technology into my life, and I wanted to experiment with more stuff like this, and it made me curious about what the future would bring. My parents are also a major reason as to why I want to become an engineer. My father had a degree in computer engineering, and my mother was also pursuing a degree in computer sciences. Most of the inspiration came from them as to why I wanted to become an engineer. My first computer had changed everything for me. The endless possibilities that it offered was amazing, and I loved spending time just learning every small thing that I could about it. This is the moment I knew that this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. Technology is constantly progressing, and I knew that this is something I would never get bored of. When I received my first touch device, it was amazing. The idea of interacting with a device with touch was fantastic, and then suddenly this is a reality and I was using it. It sparked a further interest in the field. The fact that someone came up with this idea inspired me to want to do something similar to what has already been done. The first touch device led me to learn about the man behind the very machine itself, Steve Jobs. Aside from his flaws, as a visionary and an innovator, he was brilliant, and it inspired me to make a company of my own following the same passion of technology. My love for technology exponentially increased when I was in middle school. It was prime time for when technological advancements were happening. There were rumors of an Apple car and an Apple Watch back then. I found it to be amazing, and the Apple's innovation in many different fields was inspiring. When I was in high school, I wanted to experiment and see what field I was most suited for. I tried software and hardware to determine what suited me best. I created my very own website for the first time, and I found it to be a great experience, and the end result made me feel very proud of my accomplishments. I also had time to try accounting for a little bit, and I found it to be very interesting at first. I find myself to be very good with numbers, so the idea of becoming an accountant would have been amazing for me. Though, for me, engineering always took preference at the end of the day because it's who I am as a person at this point. My first computer engineering project. When I was in grade 11, I tried many different things, though computer engineering was one of the best classes I could have ever taken. It showed me my passion for engineering, and in that class, I'm very proud of the outcome of my first project. Our task was to create an automobile that was remote control, but we went a step ahead and made it controllable with hand movements. Final computer engineering project. Once I was in grade 12, I knew what I wanted to do, and when I took that class again, I wanted to push my limits and see what I could really do. This time around, there was no easy route with software. It was strictly hardware, and we had to create a calculator that could add, subtract, multiply, and divide any input that was entered. It was my final and best creation so far, and I hope to surpass it someday.